In this lesson, I'm going to talk about a fraction equation. I'm going to use the substitute a variable method to change this fraction equation into a one variable second degree equation. Now, I change this equation to keep the first term, x subtract 1 divided by x square. Now, plus 2 x subtract 1 divided by x subtract 3 equals to 0. Now 2 times x equals to 2x. 2 times negative 1 divided by x equals to negative 2 divided by x. Now we let x subtract 1 divided by x equals to t. So x subtract 1 divided by x equals to t. So we have t square plus 2t subtract 3 equals to 0. Now we factor left side of the equation into the constant term is negative 3. The t has a coefficient 2, so plus, here is plus 3, here is subtract 1. Now t times t equals to t square. Negative 1 times positive 3 equals to negative 3. Negative 1t plus positive 3t equals to positive 2t. Now we have t subtract 1 equals to 0, or t plus 3 equals to 0. When t subtract 1 equals to 0, we have t equals to 1. When t plus 3 equals to 0, we have t equals to negative 3. When t equals to 1, we have x subtract 1 divided by x equals to 1. Both sides of the equation multiply times x to remove the denominator. So we have x squared subtract 1 equals to x. Now we move the x to the left side of the equation. We get x squared subtract x subtract 1 equals to 0. This is our first equation. From t equals to negative 3, we get x subtract 1 divided by x equals to negative 3. Now, both sides of the equation to multiply x to remove the denominator. We get x squared subtract 1 equals to negative 3x. Move negative 3x to the left side of the equation. We have x squared plus positive 3x subtract 1 equals to 0. This is our second equation. From the first equation, we get the root x 1, 2 equals to, we use the formula 2a negative b positive negative square root b squared subtract 4ac. In the first equation, a equals to 1, b equals to negative 1, c equals to negative 1. So we have 2a. A is 1, so the denominator is 2. Numerator negative. B is negative 1. Negative 1 is positive 1. Positive negative square root b squared. Negative 1 squared is positive 1. Subtract 4ac. A is 1. C is a negative 1. So we get, this is denominator is 2. Numerator 1 positive negative square root. Negative 4 times negative 1 is positive 4. Positive 4 plus 1 is positive 5. So we get two solutions. x1 equals to 1 plus square root 5 divided by 2. x2 equals to 1 subtract square root 5 divided by 2. Now, from equation 2, we get x3, the x4 equals to 2a negative b positive negative square root b squared subtract 4ac. In equation 2, a equals to 1, b equals to positive 3, c equals to negative 1. So 2a is 2. Negative b is negative 3. Positive negative square root b squared is 3 squared is 9. Subtract 4a is 1. C is negative 1. So this equals to, denominator is 2. Numerator negative 3. Positive negative square root. Negative 4 times negative 1 equals to positive 4. Positive 4 plus 9 is 13. So we get x3 equals to negative 3 plus square root 13 divided by 2. We have x4 equals to negative 3 subtract square root 13 divided by 2. Now, we substitute x1, x2, x3, x4 into the original equation. We find x1 and x2 satisfy the original equation. So x1 and x2 are the solution of the original equation. x3 and x4 is not satisfy the original equation. So x3 and x4 are increased root. So we drop x3, drop x4. Thank you for watching.